Hello everyone. This video is for anyone who is thinking about taking a cycling tour plus photography workshop. My name is Kevin Wenning. I'm the crazy person who thought that combining a cycling vacation with a photography workshop at the same time was a good idea. Okay, so first off, this video is an invitation for you to jump to my website and schedule a time to talk with me. Most people don't come across this idea and go, wow, this is exactly what I've been looking for all my life. Most people hear about the idea of a combined cycling tour and photography workshop and think, okay, it sounds interesting, tell me more. How does it all work? So definitely would love to talk with you personally if you think it's for you. So when I first started traveling, I went to China and then to Vietnam, and then I did a lot more travel around the rest of the world. And at the time, I was commuting on bike back and forth to work every day in the U.S. So that was my preferred way of getting around a city, seeing the things that I wanted to see. And I like that because of, if you're a cyclist, you understand the freedom of getting on your bike. I can go wherever I want to go. I can see whatever I want to see. If I want to go to the next city and it's 50 miles away, I'm just going to ride there. I don't have to schedule a taxi. I don't have to get on a bus. I don't have to find the train schedule. I just go. So that's kind of what attracted me to cycling when I go on my vacations. Now, a lot of people right now are thinking, well, this is bikepacking, right? You're just taking all of your camera gear and all of your stuff and you're kind of getting around the country on your own. No, absolutely not. So the next step to that was I really wanted to focus on my photography. So I started taking these trips that were all about photography in amazing locations. And I was spending all of the money and the time to rent all of the vehicles, schedule my logistics, get a guide to take me to this place. And over the span of several years. All right, getting to the point then, let's cut out all of those years. I was having trouble planning my next vacations because I couldn't decide if I wanted to take a bike tour somewhere or I wanted to take a photography trip somewhere. So I decided to combine the two. So there's three things that I really want to cover for you. Essentially, what does a day on tour look like? Who is the tour for or not for? Who should come or not come? And then the types of bikes that we'll have. So what does a day on tour look like? So the days on the bike are designed to give you as much freedom as possible. In the morning of every day, we'll give you a briefing, go over the route that we're going to ride for the day, and then give you a paper map as well as GPS, turn-by-turn directions to put into your device that you have, as well as on most locations we can mark the route with arrows. So we'll go out and draw chalk dust arrows on the route so you don't even have to guess. You don't have to be looking at your map or your GPS. You can always just look for the arrows on the road. And then, like I said, they're structured to give you as much freedom as possible. So if you want to ride out fast and you want to knock out the ride in 2 hours and you're just a stellar rider, go do that. And then if you want to put in some extra miles for the day, always up to you. But those people who want to take a more leisurely pace and they want to stop for lunch and they're just in no hurry, they're not going to be holding you back, and vice versa. And they're not going to feel like you're pulling them along and they're struggling to keep up. On most tours, of course, you'll fall in with other people who ride your pace or who you've just struck up a connection with and you really want to stick together and enjoy the tour together. So structured around, ride at your own pace, basically. All of the photography sessions during the days, we try and schedule everything in the evenings. So in the morning, we get up, get on the road early. You have the whole day to complete the ride as fast or as slow as you want to, take lunch if you want to, and then we'll always do a briefing and say where we're going to meet and what time the evening photography session is. And it's always up to you if you want to join the photography session or not. So some people will come along on the tour who are just a cyclist, and maybe their partner is the photographer, and one person will stay back at the hotel for the evening, and the other person will go out for the photography session. We do always try and finish up our evening photography sessions in time for a reasonable hour for dinner, so we're not getting people in super late at night. So obviously everybody wants to get their rest. So occasionally, seldom, we'll schedule morning photography sessions or something midday, but we try not to make those long and involved. So if it's morning, we'll walk out early for a sunrise somewhere and then come back and be back in time for breakfast. Again, always your choice whether you want to join those or not. And then midday sessions, try not to do at all because we don't want to break up your day. But in case we are, riding right by something that I know everybody's going to want to photograph, it's on your bucket list, it's something I want to see, then we'll have the support vehicle stop there with your gear and hand it to you. You get off, take your shots, get back on the bike and keep moving. But we won't do a long extended photography session where your legs get tired and you're waiting on everybody else to take their photos. So again, those midday photography sessions, not meant to break up your day, just an option. And if you're riding past and you look at the sun and the scene, you're like, I'm not really interested in taking that photo, stay on your bike, keep on moving. Okay, so next point is, who is a tour for, who is it not for? I would say these tours are for people who look at a location and you think, yeah, I really want to cycle in that location, I want to do a bike tour there, I also really want to photograph that. But I don't have the desire or the time in my life to devote to bikepacking that country, which obviously that's probably the way that most people would approach it if you really want to saturate yourself in a location. But if you only have a week or 2 weeks to visit a location and you want to practice your photography and ride through the amazing scenery there, this is going to be your best option to do it. That's why I built these tours. That's why I'm doing this. And then secondarily, you get to do it with other people who share your passions, which just really enhances your experience when you get to share with other photographers, share with other cyclists those locations. And I would encourage people on both ends of the spectrum, from complete beginners to absolute professionals, to do these because of the interaction that you get with each other. If you are a complete beginner in photography, even in cycling, there is no reason that you can't do one of these tours. And vice versa, if you are on the complete professional end of the spectrum and you want to interact with and teach those people who are just beginners, this is a great opportunity for you. These tours are about me being a facilitator to build and put together the logistics around the tour for everybody to come and experience it together. Not necessarily for me to say, I'm the photographer, I'm going to teach everybody else. Everybody is there to interact together with each other. So that's really who it's for. Who is it not for? I would say it's not for people who want a 100% guided trip, want somebody riding right next to them each moment of the day, telling them where to turn, telling them where we're going to go next. I've done that in the past on tours. I'm happy to do that if you get to a country and you find, you know what, I'm not as comfortable as I thought I'd be. I really want somebody there next to me. But I find that's really only true of brand new first-time travelers. If you've been international and you've done travel more than once or twice, those are the kind of people I foresee going on this kind of trip anyway, because you're already comfortable with yourself, you know what you're capable of, and you really want to exercise your passions when you go on your travels now. You're not waiting for a tour guide to tell you, okay, let's all get off the bus and let's go here. And I mean, you know how you want to explore a place now. So that's really who it's for. It's not for the person who's a first-time traveler and worried about having somebody hold their hand every moment of every day. All right. And then as far as the bikes, we always have late model bikes. Sometimes I have tour partners who have built their own bikes. If it's a tour partner who they've been in business, in the bike touring business for a long, long time, a lot of times they're not going to offer us, they're not going to give us Specialized or Trek or Giant or something like that. They're going to have their own custom built frames and bikes. And in most cases, those are going to be better than anything that we could rent anyway. Like in Morocco, we rented Giant bikes that were, I think, 2 years old, Giant Defy bikes. In some other countries, we rent Cannondale Super 6 Evos. Those are the road bikes. And then it's my desire, I will not rent a bike that I don't feel like is top notch. I'm not going to rent a bike that's going to break down on somebody, that's got cheap components, that's older. I've done that in the past on my own tours when I was kind of building these things and figuring it out. That's not good for anybody. If you are going to ship your bike, you can certainly ship your bike. Just be aware that if you get to the location and your bike does not, I can't always guarantee that we can get a bike for you last minute. And a lot of the locations that we go to in the world, it is very expensive to ship your bike there. Bike flights is a great one. It's in my travel info. I'll send that to you if you're interested in getting more details about the trips. I think it's in my FAQs as well. So those are two great spots to go check out the details if you want to ship your own bike. All right, that is it. So I wanted to keep this short. I've probably gone on longer than I should. But rather than doing webinars and telling you to schedule a time, I just wanted to share these basic details with you as far as what the trips look like. And schedule a time to chat with me. If you've got other questions I didn't answer, if you're interested in the tour and you want to, come with me next year, it doesn't matter if you're planning to travel with me right away, let me know. And then you're going to see a couple of different sign-up boxes on the page here. One is just for if you want to get emails from me about the bike tours, and I will not spam you. I'm not going to send you, stuff every 2-3 weeks, tempting you to get on some other list and try and sell you stuff. It's strictly to let you know about upcoming bike tours. The other email box is going to be for everything, anything that happens on this website, whether it's blog posts, new videos that I'm posting. Mostly what I talk about on this website is photography and helping you improve your photography, travel stories, those kind of things. So one is for everything and one is just for the bike tours info. Even the everything newsletter, I'm only going to send out probably 4 or 5 times a year. I don't feel the need to overshare with you and fill up your inbox. We're all adults, we're all professionals. We know whether we want something or not. So I trust that if this is something that resonates with you and you're interested in doing it, you'll either join me on one of those email lists so I can keep in touch with you, let you know when new tours are coming up, or just schedule a time to chat with me. Let's get to know each other and hope I'll travel with you soon. All right. Cheers. Be well.